Oh
boy,
my
man.
God, dude.
That was such a
DC,
great movie.
get your shit together,
Yeah.
please. Come on,
Those
Wonder Woman,
Guardians.
please do good. June 2nd, Wonder Woman coming out.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect Tony Stark to show up, man. That was like,
You know, it was
crazy.
crazy. And then he banged Groot.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It was like so raunchy, but it was like so it turned me on.
Exactly,
and it was
had me
like,
going a little
yeah,
bit.
but then they countered it with that after credit scene
Exactly.
with the Groot and Iron Man hybrid baby.
It was
That was
so
like
weird, dude.
insane.
I was like, it's so beautiful, but it's good.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
man,
really
I'm-
wish we could just like teleport to the review though. I don't want to like just sit here and.
You know,
I just
what
wish
if
we
I
could get there.
told you we had a way to do that?
I mean, do you?
I do.
Go ahead, man.
3, 2, 1. What the fuck? Where's Noah? What the? Welcome to WillBe Reviews. I'm Estevan,
And I'm Noah.
and this week we saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
So the Guardians of the Galaxy pretty much start off not right where they left off with the last movie, but it starts off with them. They're now doing jobs around the universe, being paid for it, kind of like saving the universe
like
mercenaries.
mercenaries, yeah.
And, Peter meets his dad,
I'm your dad, Peter.
and then they explore the relationship between them and who Peter actually is, half human, and what the other half is. And yeah, it kind of goes off from there. That's
Pretty
sort
much,
of the
yeah.
mystery of the movie. So
Yeah. What I really liked about the movie is that the humor was very good for me. In the beginning, the humor
definitely agree.
was just spot on funny. Like everyone in the theater was dying, like they were just laughing their asses off. It was hilarious. Since there is a whole lot, the movie's not a comedy. You know, like Marvel does excel with their comedic.
I would say this is the more
Yeah,
the
this
most
more
comedic
humorous.
film in the Marvel series.
Yeah.
It's very funny, and the jokes land. They do.
They land
They're
pretty well.
not all of them, of course, but I mean most of them do. And it's whether
A good
whether
80%.
Yeah, whether you're laughing out loud or it's just that sort of sitcom like laugh in your mind. A lot of unexpected humor too. You expect them to say certain things because you know how their characters are, but there's a few like things that happen that I'm like
these random
whoa,
poop
this
jokes
is-
that they have
yeah,
in there.
and it's
like, are you
it's funny.
serious?
It's
Poop
hilarious.
jokes?
Yeah, and just saying penis out loud, and there's
Exactly,
like
it's like-
young kids in the theater, and it's
Oh,
like
man.
it's not really a spoiler, whatever. Now you're just gonna go into the film knowing that they say penis. So,
Yeah.
spoiler. So the jokes aren't forced because
Yeah.
these characters, I imagine, if they were real, that's just how they would be.
Yeah.
So if you had the same script, but you had Captain America and
Mm-hmm.
Tony Stark, Iron Man, like going at it, saying these jokes, it's like it wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't work
So,
out.
but I feel like these characters, if they were real people, would just act like this anyways.
Captain
It's
America
not like
making a
they're
poop joke.
Yeah,
That wouldn't
they're-
make any sense to me. It
I'd
would
like
be-
to see it though.
I would like to see it.
Yeah.
It would be pretty. It would be weird. Like Batista. He was my personal favorite WWE wrestler, and he really wasn't like a comedic type of character. He was more of a serious kind of guy. But his moments in the film, like where he just had sarcastic, very dry humor, that's what made me laugh the most.
Yeah, he's
was
a great
probably-
actor.
He was one of my
like,
favorite parts of the movie. He is
He's
a great actor.
He's an actor. There's a lot of wrestlers that you see being acting films. You're like, they're not an actor, but he's definitely, whether or not Oscar worthy, he holds his own.
Mantis.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Mantis.
Oh my God, Mantis. Mantis. I thought Gamora was my favorite at first. When I saw her in the very first Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, Gamora. I mean, I like green. I like the color green. But when I saw Mantis, I was like, yo, you want to touch me?
You want to feel my feelings?
You want to feel my feelings? You want to feel?
I'll show you some of my feelings.
I'll show you how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I always forget that Bradley Cooper voices Rocket.
Yeah,
and
he's like
he's
a complete-
fantastic as Rocket.
I forget because he's like that. He's owning that.
Well, they
right now.
don't
That's-
promote him. That's why he's not in
don't.
any of the like interviews or anything like that. I wonder if I want to know what his opinion is on it too, because I remember in the first one they brought him the whole cast on to like one of the talk shows, and like he was on there, but that's the only time I've ever seen him with all the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
But,
I am Groot.
yeah. Let's talk about Groot, just because
Groot is cute as hell.
yeah, just everything about him. I think I don't know if everybody would like him, but I thought I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he's just not going to help
He's just
whatsoever.
that
But he
cute
does
thing
have
there.
a few times where he does help a lot because he's small, so they need someone small to do something. But yeah, he's great. All his jokes are good. You really feel like he is a baby.
Yeah.
A lot of times, he just does very baby.
He
things.
does some very
That's
baby
like
things.
literally his name in this is Baby Groot, and I just thought that was like that I just thought it was gonna be Groot
Reference to the movie.
yeah Groot but smaller, and like it was just gonna be the same personality. But no, literally his personality is he's a baby.
He's a baby.
But he can like walk and can do violent things. Yeah. So yeah, but Chris Pratt definitely. There's some moments towards the end of the film where you get feels, and they're really trying to bring the feels up, and I totally think Chris Pratt brings it with that, and he does a great job.
He does.
Same thing with Gamora. You really feel there's a thing between them.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana, I should have said her real name, but yeah, they both do a great job. I didn't feel like any of the characters. I thought there would be some characters that were overwhelmed more than others, but they do a really good job of just having all of them do at least something, or they have funny dialogue with somebody else. There's Kurt Russell, who is Peter Quill, Chris Pratt's father in this film, and I'm not gonna totally go into what he is or who exactly or what his intentions are and stuff like that. But I thought he was great. Like I just thought he was gonna be a side thing. We gotta explain Peter Quill's father, but he's a big deal in this movie. He's pretty much a big reason in this movie that
Emphasis
it happens.
on big.
Yeah, and he's a great actor. There's some moments, he's a dad, so there's obviously some moments where he's going to be stern and mean or like nice and happy and bubbly and everything. And I thought it was great. He did a great job of like seeing Chris Pratt's character maybe from the first movie and like being the dad of that character.
Exactly.
It's like he was just older Chris Pratt,
pretty
basically.
much, yeah.
Older Star-Lord, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. It was really, really good.
I cared for all these characters.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Especially
even the
for
new
Mantis.
ones. Yeah.
Especially for Mantis.
Yeah.
Especially for Mantis.
It's very visually appealing.
It is.
One of my favorite things in films is color. I just like lots of color. And I'm not saying just throw it in there, have reasons for it, but it shows the universe how I hope the universe is.
Exactly,
It's just very colorful and beautiful. And
not just the dark.
yeah.
Dark.
There's some moments when it goes from the universe then back to Earth, and every time it went to Earth, I was like, "Can we get back to the universe?" Because it was just so dull, and it makes me look around and be like, "Man, I wish it was so much more beautiful
more
here,
bright,
like the universe and
else.
stuff." Everybody knows what they're gonna like about this movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about more what we didn't like. I'll let you start off with that.
So my biggest issue was how they didn't show the involvement in Infinity War. Because we know the Guardians of the Galaxy are supposed to be in the Infinity War.
Yeah,
but
that's coming up soon. So why there was like
where are they at?
It's not really a spoiler. There is some throw-ins and stuff like that, but there's never really a moment where it's like, oh, what's happening down there? There's like a civil war going on Earth or something like.
Wish they would have gave some sort of tie-in to the bigger story that's about to happen.
Yeah, and I'm not going to spoil the 5 after credit scenes, but there's 5.
There's 5.
So stay around for all of them, which it's not like it seems like a lot, but it's just like spread out through the credits.
Yeah.
And the credits are cool just how they look, anyways. But I'm not going to spoil them. But I'm just going to say they didn't really add anything.
They did
things I didn't like. Like I said earlier, the acting, some of it went on and off. Like as far as like some lines delivered, I was like, that could have been a little better.
Yeah.
And then usually it was made up for. Chris Pratt's obviously the big guy in the film, so we saw a lot of him. So there were some of his lines I was like, yeah, that wasn't very good. But again, he delivered when he had to.
Yeah.
That was with everyone though. I'm not gonna just point out Chris Pratt. There was a lot of weird acting things from it. There were some shots I felt like when they said something, like they cut it, but if they didn't cut it, it went straight to like everybody on set laughing and being like, ha 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 ha, okay, let me do that again. But they cut it or something like that. It's like, no, get a better take. And then some CGI things. There's a big CGI sequence at the beginning of the film. I'm not going to say what it was, but it's very funny. But right off the bat, there's some weird effects, and it's not that they're not finished. It's just like quick and weird looking. It looks funky, and it's just it sort of pulled me out a bit. But the sequence was so funny though. It was still I enjoyed it.
Well, not really a spoiler. There's nothing that really happens in the beginning of the film. because it's just humor. It's just like them joking around, kind of like trying to discover a plot that will happen in the movie. And they're kind of just not necessarily dragging it out, but they're kind of just like letting the humor kind of just ride out.
It's just more like, this is what they're doing, but
yeah.
they didn't really show you what they were doing. It was just
Exactly.
more like, here's what they're doing, but we're gonna do this other thing. So,
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I wish we could have saw what they were doing.
Exactly.
That's
It seemed
all
more
I'll
like a
say.
sitcom, kind of like you were saying earlier.
I'm just gonna say, my rating is, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you saw the first one, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
The second one's just more of that, and that's all I could say, I guess, really, because and if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you're gonna laugh. It's funny. I think everybody will have at least a few jokes in this that they like. I know personally some people I know don't see it because they're thrown off by the whole two main characters are like, one's a tree and one's a raccoon, and that throws them off, which I understand, because especially if you're older, you're like, I ain't dealing with this cartoon bullshit, but it's still enjoyable. Once you get past that, it's good. It's mixed with a lot of good action, a lot of CGI stuff, and this one definitely had a lot more CGI than the first one. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm looking forward to see them tie in with the Avengers, because that will maybe give. I think it'll be cool to see the Guardians in more of a serious tone, and then I'm looking forward to them maybe bringing a bit of comedy into the series.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't really give official ratings. Just it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
If you like that, if you like Marvel movies, you'll love that.
The second movie's pretty much gonna be like the first. Don't really expect so much from it, but just go in knowing that you will enjoy it. It's not like you'll think it's a bad movie, but you will enjoy this movie for sure.
It was good. Not perfect, but very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Rocks on the run, history